Hi, today is April 25th, and I want to talk to you about something that's really important to me. As some of you know, I have been cyberbullied on YouTube about the way that I look. I want to share this specifically for kids because I feel it's so important that children understand what bullying is and why people bully. And also, I want children to know that you're perfect just the way that you are, because that's the way God made you. I want to share with you why I was bullied as a kid. I'm trying to hold this up properly. I was bullied as a kid for many, many reasons. I matured much quicker than any of the children in my class. So by 4th and 5th grade, I was already breaking out in acne. But the worst part is that I inherited some really wonderful qualities of my father, which would be oily skin and hair all over my body. So I had hairy arms and I had very, 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 very hairy legs. So I went to a Catholic school where I had to wear skirts. Oh, yes, that was fun. Gorilla legs, pizza face. Those were all the things that I was called. Now in high school, my skin started clearing up, and all those same kids, they were now breaking out, but I didn't call them names. So I just want to also say too that I have showed you, I have a high forehead. There you go. Yes, I look like an egg, but let me tell you something. I'm still a beautiful woman. Okay? Somebody else said I have crazy eyes. Do you want to see my eyes? Do you think they're crazy? Or do you think they're beautiful? Because I've had a lot of people tell me that I have very beautiful eyes. I've also been told that I have a very beautiful neck and that I should wear jewelry to accentuate my neck. Okay, so while I get picked on for trivial things, let me explain to you something that's really important. Nobody is perfect. Not one single person, particularly the people that bully you. And the reason why I say that is because most people that bully are very insecure with themselves. They are not happy with themselves. They are miserable people. So the way that they feel better is by picking on other people and making other people feel as bad as they do. Now, the reason why I'm sitting outside is because I want to share with you that life is not perfect. Okay? We can look at some of the trees in the back. I'm actually going to go this way. And, oh, see, okay. Now, these trees are not perfect. They're not perfect. They're not perfectly created. They're not perfectly mended. However, sometimes we have to do that ourselves. We have to perfectly trim a bush back in order to make it look perfect, perfectly shaped. But God did not create anything to be perfectly shaped. A shrub grows wild until we come and we take a shear and we cut it into a shape that we want it to be, or we trim it into a beautiful flat line, but it doesn't grow that way. I'm using that as an example because God did not create us to be perfect. The only perfect human being that ever lived was Jesus, and he was God in the flesh. And so we can't strive to be perfect. So don't try to be perfect. And when people pick on you on things that might be your flaws, please understand that your flaws have a cause. I just came up with that off the top of my head. Your flaws have a cause. But it's true. You may not be perfect, but you're still beautiful in the eyes of God, and you're still beautiful in the eyes of your parents. And trust me, there are people who find you very beautiful. And what really truly matters is what you're like on the inside. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. It matters what you're like on the inside, what kind of person you are. Are you better than those kind of people that would pick on somebody just because of the way that they look, or maybe that they're smarter than you, or maybe they don't look the way that you think that they should look. You're a better person than that. I know you are. So don't stoop down to bullies' levels, and don't let bullies control how you feel. I know that can be really hard, because even at 48 years old, when I got bullied on YouTube the other day, I was incredibly heartbroken. It hurt because it's the same things that I have been picked on about all my life, about my receding hairline. But it's one thing I'm also proud of, because my grandmother had a receding hairline, and she was beautiful. She was one of the most beautiful women I know. Now, tell me, am I really ugly? I don't think so, and my husband doesn't think so. And I've had a lot of people throughout my life tell me how very beautiful I am. So I'm not going to let some bully tell me that I have an egghead. Although I do. I'm not gonna lie. And that's okay. But it is one thing that I struggle with. I struggle with having a high forehead. Look at how high it goes back. That's pretty far. But you know what? I try to do what I can. And that's okay. And I also had very, very hairy arms growing up. I still do. I have hairy toes. There you go. See, I'm just telling you all of my flaws so that all of you can feel comfortable in your flaws. I have hairy toes, I have hairy legs, I have hairy knuckles, I have hairy hands. I'm a hairy person, except for on the top of my head, apparently. But I got this from my father, and I have oily skin, so I also have acne. Still, at 48 years old, I still break out. See, look, I got a zit right there. See? I'm not afraid to show you my flaws. Hairy arms. I shave my arms because they are incredibly hairy. I have to shave my legs. It takes me like 30 minutes in the shower to shave, because I almost have to shave my entire body. I'm not kidding. It's just the way that I was created, and I accept that. And, you know, it's not fun, and it's a pain, and I just go through the winter without shaving, and I'm very blessed to have a husband who doesn't care. Okay, but my point is that I do things like, if I don't like having hairy arms, I just shave them. If I don't like having acne, I try to take care of my skin. I have very oily skin, so I go out of my way to try to improve that. But that's something that I deal with. Now, I also am not a very thin person. Look. See? I used to be a size 10 when I lived in Chicago. But I've had 2 children, so I'm not thin. Okay? Look at my arms. Flabby, flabby. Okay, my hands, oh goodness, look at those hands. I got my father's hands. They're like sausages. They're like smoked sausages. You should see my feet. Hold on, I will show you my feet, because I'm gonna... Fred Flintstone feet. My friend used to call my feet Fred Flintstone feet because I have super huge, wide feet. I call myself Fred Flintstone feet. You know, it's really funny when you can make fun of yourself and just make light of the flaws that you have, because while we might think they are flaws, the reality is that that's how God made us, to make us so beautiful and different. If we all looked the same, what a boring world it would be. Now, again, you can better some of these things. I'm trying to lose weight by going to water aerobics, and for those of you who called me a snowflake because the bathroom vent was too loud, I want to remind them that I have what's called polyperipheral neuropathy, which affects my nerves. My nerves have been dying ever since I was born. My nerves from my head to my body don't connect, and noise affects me deeply. It actually will send me into panic attacks and anxiety. So I have to be on medication for that. That's just something I have to deal with. It's a disease in my body that is making everything hurt. So I can't walk, I can't work out, I can't jump around, I can't do that kind of exercises that most people do to lose weight. So that's, That's what I have to do. That's what I have to deal with. I have to deal with the fact that this is what my body is doing. It is breaking down. My nerves are dying. I can't feel my fingertips some days. Sometimes I can't feel my toes. So I do what I can do. I go to water aerobics, and yeah, hey, look, I got a double chin too, see? I'm 48 years old. I'm getting older. What do I expect? I'm never going to look like I did when I was 20 or when I was 15. So the thing is that we grow old, kids, and as we grow old, we gain weight. We start to look different. Our looks change. And not only that, hopefully we mature. Hopefully we mature and we learn from our mistakes and our flaws and all the things that we've done wrong in life, and we try to make them right throughout our life. So my message to you kids is, while you might be bullied for being different, looking different, please know that God loves you so much, and he does not want anybody to hurt you, to hurt your feelings. And the only way that you can be hurt is if you let people hurt you. Again, that's easier said than done, to just walk away from somebody who has incredibly hurt you, who doesn't even know you. One of the things that bothers me the most is when people bully other people and they don't even know you. I will tell you a story, very brief story of someone who started attacking my children. It was terrible. This person didn't know me, but had an idea of what he thought of me because I'm a Christian. So he automatically assumed something about me that was inaccurate, and then quite literally put a curse on my children. This is what the world is. I'm sorry, children. That's why it's up to you to make a difference. That's why it's up to you to say no to all of these things. That's why it's up to you to stop it, to stop this curse of this generation today of hate and such bullying. We live in an age where everybody claims that they're so anti-bullying, but yet social media and the internet has made it easy for people to bully other people, called cyberbullying, without any consequences. They don't have to stand in front of that person and call them names anymore. They don't even have to know them. They can simply just call them names and just conveniently walk away from their computer and never think about it again. Don't be like that, kids. Please don't be like that. And if somebody is cyberbullying you, you need to report them to your parents and also to the social media with which you are on, which is what I did. I have reported all of the people who have harassed me, who have left nasty comments. That's why you won't see the comments on my Today We Celebrate. For one, I had to take off comments. I had to make sure that nobody could do that anymore. But I also reported these people, and I am praying with all my heart that they will be reprimanded and taken off of YouTube for what they've done. So make sure to tell somebody if you're being bullied, but also know that I love you, that I think that you're special. I may not know you, but I know God, and I know what God thinks of you. I don't have to know you to know how beautiful and incredible you are and how talented and special and unique you are. I know this because God created me, and he created my family, and he created everything that's around me here today. So I know that if he created these things, and God says that he creates everything good, and so I know that he created you special and unique and good. And don't ever let anybody tell you or discourage you into thinking that you're not. Please know that. Okay, kids? God bless you. And I hope that my sharing all of my flaws and ickiness that I don't like about myself will encourage you to accept who you are and change what you can if you can. It's okay. You don't have to live with acne. You don't have to live with hairy arms. You can change those things. That's okay. You can. But the other things, like my receding hairline, I can't do anything about. And I'm not sure I want to. See? I'm not so bad looking, right? I mean, my hair's back. I don't look terrible. Who's that actress that was on Desperate Housewives? Kids, I hope you don't know that show. But she had a very high forehead. Now, see, I don't look terrible, right? I hope you don't think I do. And I'm sure most people that would like to bully me right now are thinking, oh my gosh, what's all that trash in the background? The trash in the background here, that was here when we moved here. The owner, yeah, again, Mr. Bueller just dumped all this pile of stuff. We're using it as kindling for our fires. So, you know, little by little, that pile was huge a couple weeks ago. So, for those of you who are going, ew, she's so disgusting, that's not me. That's our owner. And also, I was not harassing the Buellers. I was telling the truth about the Buellers. And that's kind of where that goes with that. But kids, you don't have any part of that. And I don't want it to be a part of that. So anyways, God bless you. And remember, accept who you are, love who you are, and never forget who you are. You are a child of God, and you are special and unique. And I love you, and so does he. God bless you. Hold on. God bless you.